in the meantime, I'm going to get started on Specialized the Rockhopper, since it's still winter, and start stripping it down. But one thing I've added to it already, I've got the seat, but that's inside. But anyway, one thing I've added to it, Cosmic Trail frame bag. A nice early 90s fluorescent pink frame bag. It goes with the bike nice. So anyway, let's start stripping it down. Okay, so if I remember rightly, this seat post is seized in there. So let's have a look. Right, clamps undone. This cover is just a cover on the saddle, by the way. That's the original foam underneath. I've got a replacement saddle to go on. Oh wow, that seat post is 100% seized in there. Well, yeah, that's going to take some doing to get out. So we'll concentrate on the rest of the bike first, and just start by putting some spray around it. What spray have I got with me? What spray have I got? Let's try some of this. Yeah. Prevents freeze metal parts. Okay, well, I'd rather use some penetration spray, but I've got some of this MO94 multi-purpose spray. So let's spray some of that in there. Gotta remember, this bike is an 89 mountain bike. The guy had it from new, so this saddle might not have ever been adjusted after he got it. So this could have been in there for, Christ, like almost 30 years. It's going to be a challenge. I mean, of course the wheels are easy enough to remove. Just got the quick release in there. I say that, that's pretty tight. There we go. Yeah, okay, that's not seized or anything. This wheel, this rear wheel, he said was a replacement. Wow, the tyre's still inflated. I would have thought that tyre had gone down. But yeah, he said the wheel was a replacement after he buckled the original wheel. So on this wheel we got Rigida, how do you pronounce that? A laser 400 rim with a Shimano HG50 hub, 7-speed. So I'll get a new cassette for that, do all the bearings. It spins alright. There's a tiny little bit of play in that wheel, so yeah, we'll do the bearings on that, new tyres, and get all this stripped down. Let's break this chain. Has the chain got a quick link in it? So check out these dropouts here. Never seen this before. I mean, normally you can fit a sort of spacer in there, which will hold the wheel in a certain space, a certain place. But these have got, they're actually made like that. I've never seen that before. That's cool. I like that. It will hold the wheel just exactly where it needs to be. I don't know what you bolt through there. It's not threaded, I don't think. Yeah. Weird little feature. Anyway, break the chain. when it comes to the front wheel, it's original to the bike, so we've still got the sealed mechanism, the M451, which is the Mountain LX group set, and we've got an don't know how to pronounce this, ARAYA Aria rim. So yeah, it actually spins nicely, but the bearings are loose very slightly, so that's going to be rebuilt as well. Ooh, was it seized? Oh no, that's fine. That was the seat that turned. The I don't know if you can see, let me zoom in. Focus. That section turned around there instead of the seat post. So it's going to need a bit more soaking than that. A good bit more. Maybe a bit more heating as well. And I'm probably going to have to use a wrench on the post to get it off. Oh wow. Okay, so that's about as far as I can get in the tear down phase. At the moment, I'm just gonna have to wait till next weekend now to try and get that seat post out. It is seized in there good. Like, I've gone through a few heat cycles now, as you can tell by the burnt paint. But I'm leaving it to soak over the next week, and then I can tackle it. I've stripped everything down as you've seen. Everything is on there. All the components are off it. I'm going to clean those up now. It's all the Shimano mounting LX group set on there, so that's a nice set. After that it will be off to the powder coaters to get a new coat of colour on there. Probably sticking with this original light grey. It's almost a white in places when you clean it, but it is a light grey. And what I'm going to have to do is very carefully remove these transfers. Very carefully. I've seen reproductions that are close to this, but not these colours, so I'm going to carefully remove them, put them on a piece of card, and well, hopefully get them reproduced. Hopefully. So I need to degrease everything before it goes to the powder coaters to save them a bit of hassle, because they're not going to like it all greasy. And then yeah, we're going to start on the rebuild. It is a damn shame that that seat post is seized in there. I'm going to have to buy a new one now, but hey ho. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to cut this video here and end it, or if I'm going to go through and just clean all the parts up and add that in as well, so we can see what we've got. But if I do end it here, come on. Whew. What the hell? Me. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, right, this is turning into an absolute nightmare of a seat post. You've seen me try heat. I tried that a lot. Combined with, what's happened there? Combined with WD-40. Tried it over a week, and well, that didn't do anything. The pipe wrench that I was using, even with a cheater bar, it was just not turning anything. It was just scraping the seat post and like shaving it down. So I was told to stick it in a vise and like crush the seat post to try and use the actual frame as leverage. And you saw that just ended up for shearing the seat post off. So I've brought it into work. Was trying to use a doohickey, what do you call it, hacksaw blade and some mole grips to try and cut down. I started it off with an angle grinder just through the seat binder slot, and I thought I'd got it through, but turns out I hadn't, because when I tried to start folding the seat post in, it obviously hadn't gone all the way down. It's probably down about 150mm in there. So yeah, I've tried to drill it out. Ran out of drill bit sizes at work. So I've just got one of these saws. Well, I need to zoom out to do that. That might reach all the way down, but I'm just going to try and use one of these just to cut through and see if I can make some more cuts, because the hacksaw blade was bending like mad and this is a bit stronger. So yeah, let's try this. This is what do you call these? Compass saw, by the way. So I should just be able to, if I just cut through this for a while, it should, hopefully, if I make some more cuts, come out. Hopefully. Okay, I give up. The cutting kind of worked a little bit. I mean, I got a bit more out. It's about that far down, about 1.5 inches. That's clear. But I'm gonna have to get the caustic soda. I'm gonna have to get the caustic soda method. So I've never done that before. So this is gonna be an experience, and I'm just hoping I haven't damaged the frame too much. I know I've widened the binder here, but I can just clamp that back down again. I'm just hoping I haven't damaged anything around here, any of the welds from the heat and from, but we'll see. Yeah, let's go and find some caustic soda. Okay, time to bring out the big gun, so to speak. This is going to be a last resort, because I've watched some videos of it. There's loads of videos of this on YouTube. If you haven't already looked, this is the last resort. So caustic soda. Got to buy the concentrated stuff, which is there, caustic soda. It's in powder form. It's nasty stuff. It is. It's just basically going to dissolve the alloy and leave the steel alone. Hopefully, you've got to mix it with water. The video that I watched said 2 to 1, but he kind of just chucked it in the water. Didn't measure anything out. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got a bottle of water. I got the caustic soda. I have degreased and taped at the bottom bracket. I've taped it up internally to tape up the hole that's in the bottom, the drainage hole. I've taped all round, so hopefully that will hold. And basically we're just going to fill this tube up and let it do its work. You add the soda, you add the concentrated soda to the water, not the other way around, because it creates an exothermic reaction, which obviously if you get it on your skin, it's going to be corrosive, it's going to burn, it's going to do some damage, so you need to wear protection. So I've got some thick gloves somewhere which I'm going to put on. Try and use a funnel as well, make things a bit easier. But yeah, let's try it. Hopefully this will work, because I really want to build this frame. I really do. Yo, it finally worked. Finally. Never going to be able to show you this on the tripod, but basically I had to, it was a nightmare. But seriously, if you're going to use this caustic soda stuff, it was an absolute nightmare. You're going to have to do some serious drying out and cleaning of your frame inside to protect it, because I'm getting so many rust spots around my bottom bracket, so I don't know why it's doing to it inside the tubes, so I've got to really clean those out. But it's worked, finally. I've gone through an entire tub of caustic soda, which I have to put on the screen how much I used. Blocking up all the tubes was a nightmare. I don't have to take you out the sand. I had to block up the ends here with blue tack, the drain holes on the bottom. Oh, you can still see it's working now. So all that black gunk is pouring out. Where's the light? Well, there we go. All that black gunk that's pouring out there. Down in the tube, you can see the black bubbling. It's all out now. All of it's out. Can I zoom in? I've literally just, there was the last little slither hanging on after this last treatment, and the tube's still full of the solution. So I knocked them off the side with a long screwdriver, and they fell into the solution, so it started bubbling again. But yeah, they're out. Let me zoom out. Down at the bottom bracket, you can see where the rust has started to happen. I had to inside block up the tube there to get it to work, and I actually had to block up the down tube and the seat tube. You can see the seat tube is the black one, so it's really hard to focus holding it. I know I'm used to doing it in a tripod now. Anyway, I had to block up all that. That's going to need a real good clean out now. I've got to empty it out, dispose of all the solution, and yeah, take it to the powder coaters now. Success. Look at this lighting now. But glad it's out. So that's the stripping down. That is the stripping down of the Specialized done. It's been tough. That seat post has been the toughest I've ever had to use. So you've seen the methods that I use to try and take them out. WD-40 or some penetration oil, heat, wrenches, putting it in a vise, and then last resort was this caustic soda. So now I've got to try and dispose of all this somehow. Probably take it to work and dispose of it properly. Got a bottle of it. If you are going to use it, remember it's a real last resort. It's messy. You've got to use it in a ventilated environment. I'm outside in the garage with door wide open. Wear protection, so you got to wear all your gloves and everything, like thick vinyl gloves, not just like rubber gloves. And yeah, be responsible with it, because it's nasty stuff, and it will create some rust on your frame. So make sure to dry it out properly, and yeah, bung it all up, because it's nasty. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna end this episode here, get editing. Hopefully it will be out this weekend, or you're probably watching it right now. But next up, obviously taking it to the powder coaters. Just need to buy the decals. Got all the cranks. I've got all the group set cleaned up, ready to go. So yeah, just buy the consumables and the seat post. Gonna have to buy a seat post. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy jazz. And I'll see you in the next one. Adios. Oh. Oh, what's that? What's that? That is the last bit of the seat post that fell out. Result.